Hey everybody, I am back again with another toy review. This time it is the Super7 ReAction Figure of 123 Sesame Street, Ernie. And he comes with Rubber Ducky. Anyways, there he is, a little Ernie imitation for you. Ernie, apparently, that's how I say his name. So also in the series is Bert, who I reviewed, which would make sense, I guess, right? Count, Von Count, and the Yip Yip Martians, who are probably my favorite out of this first wave. Yes, they are making a second wave. If you haven't watched my other videos, I mentioned it in those as well. But here is Ernie. I did some voting on X, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And people voted, and Ernie was unfortunately the last one that people wanted to see. So here he is. I think it's great that several of these characters have little pack-in like buddies with them. Bert had his pigeon Bernice here, and so I hope that some other characters will have them in the future. I think I saw that Guy Smiley is coming out in the next wave with a loaf of bread, so hopefully it will be a Muppet loaf of bread with some eyes and a mouth. Goodness, Rubber Ducky disappeared on me. Rubber Ducky is very tiny, and that's going to be really easy to lose. So Ernie will be holding on to this for dear life. Let's take Ernie out here. Let's see what this mischief maker is all about. Let's see. First of all, sculpt is pretty good. I mean, that's definitely Ernie. I mean, you know, all that good stuff. Be great if it had a button you could push and it could do that. Maybe for an ultimate, that would be great. Notice right off the bat, paint's pretty good all over. It looks like they painted the legs, actually. There's like, I don't think that's plastic. It looks painted. That's pretty cool. The interesting thing is that it's not too noticeable in the front, but if you'll notice in the back, the color on his tuchus, his bum, is different than the paint on the legs. So that's an interesting choice there. His sweater, or shirt, whatever it is painted very well. Did a great job on that. Let's see. Looks really good on the back and on the front. Really no mistakes there. I mean, there's a little mistake there under the back of the arm, but who's counting, right? I mean, maybe the Count. Maybe everybody from Sesame Street. Anyways, I'm getting distracted here. Ernie's head is like plugged in. It's like, and that it's not really on a joint. It's kind of like old school toy where it's the body's rotocast and they snap it into place. So the head rotates all the way around. The interesting thing is that the hair here on Ernie's head is a separate piece of plastic, and so is the nose, which is great that company's doing this because it kind of makes them stick out a bit more and doesn't really affect the sculpt. I think it looks great that they are doing this kind of thing. Jakks Pacific has been doing this a lot also recently. Let's see what else. The hands do not move, the legs move, but they only go forward to a point, so you can have him like sitting and driving or riding in a bus or something, but they do not really go back. And if you push them back too far, you will see what I saw. The paint there comes off, but it's kind of hidden underneath his shirt, so it doesn't really matter. But really, that's about it for Ernie. The shoes are painted really well too. They are painted on the bottom, and he does have little holes there to stand him on a action figure stand, or reaction figure stand, if you will, in this case. I want to see how well Ernie can hold Rubber Ducky in his hand. So he has a really open hand on this side, and this one is just slightly open. So I want to see how well he can hold Rubber Ducky. He doesn't really hold Rubber Ducky too well. Well, I guess he holds it pretty well in that hand. Not too bad, but then if you have it that way, you can't really see Rubber Ducky. But, oh no. This hand. Yeah, that hand's really good. That's a good one. That's the one he's going to be holding a rubber ducky in there. Okay, Bert. All right, speaking of Bert, we're going to bring those guys in a few. I just want to show you guys Ernie here with some other Muppety figures. This is a Gelfling from the reaction line that they did for the Dark Crystal. So you can just kind of see the height comparison of some other Muppety figures. I'll bring that guy in a minute. This is Crazy Harry from Diamond Select's Muppet Show line. He's not too big compared to Ernie, but Ernie probably would be a little bit larger than Crazy Harry. Then we have Pepe from the Palisades Muppet line from back in the day. He's pretty large. He's like way out of scale there. But so I'm going to take these other figures out so we can see all of the lovely little Sesame Street figures together. I'll bring in Count Von Count, who I reviewed first. And then we have Bert with Bernice here. She'll cooperate this time. She wants to keep pushing Bert further and further in the back. That's good enough. And last but not least, my personal favorite, the Yip Yip Martians. I get them looking at the camera. There we go. Nice little lineup there, Series 1. I think this is a pretty great series. I'm not, again, I think I may have said this a few times, I'm really not too big into the reaction figures, but man, they did a great job on these Sesame Street. I'm still really hoping that they will do Ultimates, because it's long overdue to have some really great detailed Sesame Street figures. That is about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Until next time, have a good one.